Hi everyone, Janie here, and today is the third and final video in my series Making Jewelry with Kits from PandaHall. And today I'm going to be making earrings using this kit. Before I go any further, yes, you are hearing an echo. And there's nothing I can do about it because the only place I had to record was to set up in my house that is still being worked on. And so everything echoes in here. So I hope it's really not too bad. So this kit comes with a sheet that gives you some ideas for making earrings and also some instructions on the other side. And today I'm going to be making the other half of these 3 pair of earrings. In the first video in this series, you didn't need any tools at all. And in the second video, pliers were probably a good thing to have. And in this one, you will need pliers and wire cutters. And these round nose pliers also come in handy. And I'll have links below to where you can get these tools at a very good price. For this earring, you're going to need the resin bow, which is actually a beautiful purple, even though it doesn't look like that on the screen right now. And this lavender bead, which also doesn't look lavender on the screen, so you're just gonna have to trust me on this one. And the earring hook, a jump ring, and the eye pin. And then we are also going to be needing these tools that I mentioned earlier. And now we're ready to get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the eye pin and put that through the bead. And then I'm going to take my pliers and I'm going to grab onto that wire right next to the bead and bend it. Okay, and I just want to bend it out at an angle like that. And then I'm going to take my round nose pliers, so you can see they have round nose, and I'm going to grab a hold of this and start curling it backwards, trying to get an idea of how much of that I'm going to need before I cut it off. And then I'm going to use my wire cutters and cut that off and continue to roll this, because we want to create a loop. Okay? And let me get that in there just right. Okay? And so now I've created a loop on that end. Now I have a loop on each end, and believe it or not, I'm going to open this again. So I'm just going to open it up enough. So just hold on 1 second here. I'm going to open that up and slide it right through the bow, like so. And then I'm going to twist it back down. And normally, you'll see later when I talk about jump rings that you don't do it this way, but for this particular one, because the wire goes all the way through and twists on one end, I actually have a hard time keeping everything in place. Okay, so there we go. Now we have the bead hooked to the bow. And now we're going to take this jump ring right here. And in my last video, my thumb was hurting me and I couldn't do it, but I'm going to do it right here for you. I'm just grabbing both sides and twisting. I'm not pulling them apart, I am twisting so that they look like that, okay? And then I'm going to slide that right through the hole at the top and right through the loop on the earring. And then to push it back together, whoops, grabbing the wrong ones, I'm going to grab the flat pliers and I'm just squeezing, okay? I'm not squeezing this direction. I don't know if you can see that good. I'm squeezing the flat direction so the ring is flat and I'm not squeezing the edges together. And when that's done, we have an earring. And that was just super easy to do, even if you're a beginner. For this earring, we're using one of the hoops and an eye pin and an earring hook, but not using a jump ring this time. And we're using this beautiful blue, shades of blue resin heart that is just not getting the justice it deserves on the camera. And this beautiful blue bead. And so for this one, we're doing the same thing as we did on the previous one. So putting the bead on and grabbing my flat nose pliers just like before and bending it to the side so that it's like that at an angle, and then grabbing my round nose pliers and twisting this back. Okay, so just like I did with the bow, I did the same thing with the heart. So I just, created the loop and put it through the heart. And now I have to open this end and we're going to hook it right. Let me see if I can get this where you can see it. There's a little hole right there. And we're going to hook that right through it so that the heart hangs in the center of that loop. So let's get started on that. Just going to open this up enough to get it through there. And actually, I wish it was facing the other way. It doesn't matter though. Okay, I've got it right through there. And now we're going to close that up. And I'm going to actually go back to using the round nose so that I can just bring that around like so. Okay. And now we have the heart in the center. And now it's time to add the earring hook right here. Let me see if I can get it up here so you can see it again. Right there is where we are going to attach the earring hook. So we're going to open this end and just slide it right through there. So grab this and open that up a little bit. Slide that right on and close it right back up. And there we have another earring. Okay, now this one is a little tricky because I know you're wondering, how do we get the beads onto the hoop? So first of all, we're going to be using the jump ring with the oval, really pretty blue resin piece there, and 3 of the really kind of an aqua color bead and the earring hook. And so to save a little time, I'm going to go ahead and hook the earring hook on, and then I'll be back and show you how to do the rest of it. Okay, so I've got the earring hook on, and now to put the beads on, I have to pull one side out, and the beads will slide right on. And while I'm doing this, I'm going to suggest that when you slide this piece back in, that you use glue. Just because I don't trust it once it has come out, I worry about it coming undone. But there we have the beads on there. And now I'm just gonna, take this, and if you can't do it with your fingers, as you know that I couldn't in a previous video, you can use pliers to twist. but you want to twist and not pull apart, okay? Just twist. And I'm going to slide that right through that hole. And then I may have to grab my little pliers here just to hold on to this. Okay. Be patient with me. This is just a little fiddly. Okay. Just like on the other one, there's that little hole. And I'm going to put that right through there. And then I'm going to close that up. So, like I said, it's really small. And hold on one second. Get back around there. There we go. Grab my flat nose pliers, and you know what? Okay, this is a little fiddly here for me because it's so tiny and it's difficult for my hands. So I'm going to do this again, only I'm going to do it off camera, but just so you know, I am just putting the jump ring through that tiny little hole right there in the center. And then I'm going to be using my flat nose pliers to close that off, just like I've done with the other jewelry. So I'll be right back. Okay, there we go. It took me a little while, and I really don't want to blame it on my hands and my thumb, but I will. So I guess what I am saying is that even if you have hand issues, it may take you a little bit longer, but it is very doable. And I think these are just really pretty. I love the way that they dangle and the beads on there. I just think they are beautiful. Well, this was the last video in my jewelry making series using kits from PandaHall, and I hope you've enjoyed the series. And if you're new to jewelry making, I think the kits are the way to get started and give you a chance to discover what you like and what you don't. So I will have links to this kit, as well as links to the jewelry pliers and other supplies, and a discount code to PandaHall below in the description box. Thank you all so much for stopping by, and happy crafting, everyone. Bye-bye.